kids, where are you? It's time for all the art to tell stories.
On a bright sunny morning, the little car Peter started his engine as usual, ready to begin a new day. On this day, Peter decided to leave his familiar small town and explore more of the unknown world. Peter was a curious little car, always eager to discover new things. That day, Peter drove to a place he had never been before. As the journey progressed, the mountain road became increasingly rugged and the sky darkened a bit. Suddenly, Peter felt that his fuel tank was running low. He looked around and found that this remote place had no gas stations. Peter couldn't help but feel a bit nervous, thinking, if my tank runs out, how will I get home? Just then, through the distant fog, Peter spotted a faint gas station sign. Excited, he revved his engine and headed toward the sign. As he got closer, he saw that it was an old, but mysteriously charming gas station. The sign read, "Magical Gas Station." Peter curiously stopped at the station. As he was about to call for the attendant, a kind old gas station attendant appeared before him. "Do you need a refill, little car?" the old attendant asked with a smile. "Yes, my tank is almost empty," Peter answered urgently. "Oh, don't worry. The fuel here will not only fill your tank, but will also give you more unexpected energy," said the old attendant mysteriously. Peter was very curious about this, but also a bit puzzled. More energy? What kind of energy? The old attendant didn't explain much and started refueling Peter. The moment the nozzle entered his tank, Peter felt a magical energy flow into his body. As if the whole car became lighter. After refueling, the old attendant smiled and said, "There, you are now ready to continue your journey." Peter started his engine, feeling more powerful than ever before. He thanked the old attendant and hit the road again. As he left the gas station, Peter began to notice changes. He was faster, more agile, and the world seemed brighter. Peter could hardly believe that this magical gas station had endowed him with such great power. Joyfully, Peter raced along the mountain road, enjoying his newfound speed and strength. Soon, he encountered a truck. The truck looked very tired and seemed to be running low on fuel. "Hello, little car. I'm almost out of fuel, and there are no gas stations around here." "What should I do?" the truck asked helplessly. Peter remembered his recent experience and smiled at the truck. "Don't worry, I just found a magical gas station. I now have enough energy, and I can share some with you." The truck was puzzled. How can you share fuel? Peter wasn't entirely sure, but he believed the energy he had gained wasn't just for himself. He approached the truck and, using his new power, transferred some energy to it. As the energy flowed, the truck's tank gradually filled up, and the truck regained its vitality. "Thank you. I've never met a car like you before," the truck said gratefully. "No problem. We need to help each other to go further," Peter replied happily. From that day on, Peter not only used the magical energy to complete his adventures, but also to help many other cars in need. Whether on rugged mountain roads or city streets, Peter was always willing to share his energy. One day, Peter met a very old bus. It had been ages since the bus had refueled and couldn't move any further. The passengers were getting anxious. Without a second thought, Peter shared his energy with the bus. As the energy transferred, the bus regained its vitality, and all the passengers smiled with relief. "You are a very special car," the bus driver said gratefully. Peter smiled and said, "Every car can be powerful if they learn to share and help others." Over time, Peter became more and more popular. Everyone knew that there was a powerful little car always on the road, ready to help any car in need. Peter also gained many friends who appreciated his help and learned the value of sharing and cooperation. Finally, one day, Peter decided to visit the magical gas station again to thank the old attendant. When he returned, the station looked even older and seemed deserted. Peter searched everywhere but couldn't find the old attendant. Just as he was feeling a bit down, a note slipped out from the door. The note read, "True power comes from within. Sharing and helping are endless sources of energy." Peter felt a warmth spreading through his heart after reading this. He realized that this magical experience had taught him one crucial lesson. No matter how powerful you are, it only truly shines when shared with others. From then on, Peter continued his journey, always ready to help any car in need. He knew that this spirit of sharing and helping made him feel stronger and more fulfilled. Every car has this magical gas station. As long as they open their hearts and share their power, this energy will never run out. Since the miraculous experience at the magical gas station, the little car Peter felt not only stronger, but more understanding of the importance of helping others and sharing. Every day, he bustled through different places, helping countless cars in need. Forest paths, city streets, even muddy country roads, all bore witness to his busy figure. One day, Peter drove into an unfamiliar valley. It was a remote place, with weeds growing along the roadside, seemingly seldom visited by cars. Just as Peter was about to move on, he heard a faint cry for help in the distance. Peter stopped, listening carefully to the direction of the sound. "Help! Is anyone there?" The voice sounded very anxious and helpless. Peter quickly drove towards the sound and soon found an old blue truck stuck in a mud pit. The truck looked very worn out, covered in mud, with its tires deeply embedded in the thick dirt. No matter how hard it tried, its wheels wouldn't budge. "Are you okay?" Peter asked, concernedly as he approached. "I've been stuck here for hours with no other cars passing by." "I can't get out," the blue truck said with a tired voice. "Don't worry, I'll help you," Peter replied without hesitation. The truck raised its eyes, looking at Peter with hope. "But I'm too heavy. Can you really pull me out?" Peter smiled slightly and said, "I just received power from a magical gas station. Now I have enough energy to help you." Peter started his engine, tied a rope to his rear hitch, and began pulling the truck out of the mud pit. As his engine roared, Peter felt the energy within him flowing continuously through the rope, dragging the blue truck bit by bit out of the mud. After several attempts, the blue truck was finally pulled out of the muddy trap. "It's unbelievable. I thought I'd never get out." "Thank you, Peter," the truck said gratefully. "You're welcome. We cars should help each other. Unity and cooperation are essential," Peter replied with a smile. The truck beamed with relief. "You are indeed special. Not just powerful, but kind-hearted and willing to help others. The world needs more cars like you. Peter felt very warm inside hearing those words. He knew that helping others not only made him feel fulfilled, but also made the world a better place. Since then, Peter's reputation grew even larger. Whether on busy city roads or muddy country paths, cars knew that there was a helpful little car always willing to lend a hand. They not only appreciated Peter's help, but were also moved by his selfless spirit. One night, Peter drove along a familiar path with stars twinkling in the sky. Suddenly, he heard the sound of the wind as if some mysterious force was calling him.